Now, a so-called role expert called Nick Bullen, who spoke to Fox propaganda owned by Rupert Murdoch, said that there needs to be some kind of intervention between Harry and William, that they mend their relationship. My family, first of all, let me just kindly start by saying this. If these individuals never ever wanted a rift in the first place, all they had to do was not engage in this anti-Harry and Meghan propaganda fed to them by William and Kate's Kensington Palace. That's all they had to do. But that is not what they did. They were happy to print every anti-Harry and Meghan story that they received from Kensington Palace, headed by William and Hamilton. They were happy to print every negative story about Harry and Meghan. And now that Harry and Meghan have fled Britain, now that Harry lives in an amazing home in Montecito, now they're like, there needs to be an intervention between Harry and William. Oh, please. Oh, please. Please. Stop with this nonsense. The same people whose business model depends on members of the royal family being constantly engaged in a conflict against each other are the same ones who are like, okay, things have gone too far. Right now, there needs to be some kind of broker, an intermediary who is trying to mend William and Harry's relationship. My family, first of all, based on what we have learned, William has always been jealous of Harry. And that has not changed. And you know why I say it has not changed? Because of these so-called fake polls that were released a couple of days ago, just yesterday, saying that somehow William is famous in America, that is, he can unite Americans. It shows you that that jealousy that William has towards Harry has never ever ended. That now he's claiming that he's so popular in America. It hasn't ended. The jealousy has not ended. The problem is William. The problem is William and his petty jealousy towards Prince Harry. He wants to destroy his brother. That's what William wants. And my family, I say that because I've looked at history. I've looked at what William has done to Harry and Meghan. You don't spread so much negativity against people like what William and Kate have done towards Harry and Meghan if you don't want to destroy them. The goal is to destroy Harry and Meghan's reputations. That's what they've been trying to do for a long time and continue to try to do. So my family, even if there was some kind of intermediary between Harry and William, I don't see this rift being healed. I don't see it one bit. Why? Because of William's jealousy. Because of what William wants to achieve. His goal of destroying Harry and Meghan's marriage. His goal of destroying Harry's life. Like what has happened to previous pairs. Like the late Princess Margaret. That is William's goal. That is William's goal. And that's what he wants to do. So my family, having knowledge of that, I don't see one bit a time whereby William or Harry can ever heal this rift. I guess that never say never. For my family, if there is no apology to Harry and Meghan for the pain caused to Harry and Meghan, especially towards Meghan, my family, even if, let's say, Harry and William speak up, go on and engage together, or try to heal this rift. If there's no apology, then you can't say the rift has been healed. Because everything that is done, that is being done even right now by the palace itself, is designed to keep Harry and Meghan being painted, being seen as the villains. Look at what the palace did a few days ago when Harry was going to Tokyo, Japan. On the first day that Harry was there, already the palace was busy removing Harry's HRH from its website. And they knew that that is what the tabloids will talk about. And they did that because they wanted Harry's international trip to raise funds for vulnerable communities in Botswana and Lesotho to be basically swarmed with negativity, with negative press. My family, and that is a fact. So my family, having that knowledge deep inside of you, based on what you are seeing, clearly there's only one side that continues to go after Harry and Meghan, and that is the royal family, that is the palace. They're continuing this smear campaign against Harry and Meghan. So my family, the problem here is not Harry and Meghan. It's William, Kate Middleton, Charles, Camilla, who want for Harry and Meghan to be seen as the villains, to be the scapegoats, to continue to be the scapegoats for the royal family. That's what they want. And with that in your mind, in your head, based on what you can see happening, my family, there is no way this rift gets healed or fixed anytime soon. No way. No way, no way, no way. And my family, people who are part of the problem are these so-called role experts who are saying that, okay, right now, there needs to be an intermediary between Harry and William to get them to talk. Those same individuals are also the reason why this so-called rift will never be healed. Because they're the ones who keep on attacking, abusing Harry and Meghan on a daily basis. I mean, you need to have learned something after all these years of smearing Harry and Meghan. Attacking, bullying, abusing Harry and Meghan, the only thing it has ever achieved for tabloids is to drive Harry and Meghan away. Bullying or abusing them won't bring them back. And my family, in response to what so-called carnival, so-called expert Nick Bullen said, Kaiser said this: at this point, the standard operating procedure for royalists is to acknowledge in a roundabout way that Prince William is the problem, exactly as I've said. William is the problem. He is one-sided competition against Harry, which continues to this day. Proof: the polls done yesterday, those fake polls. William still wants to be seen as more popular than Harry. That's what, he wants to brainwash people into believing he is so popular, that he's the most popular world leader. My family, that's what he wants to be seen as. And because of that, my family, you can't expect for this rift to be healed. You can't. My family, you can't. Prince William is the problem. Generally, and specifically with regard to Harry and Meghan. While King Charles is a failed father and a failed grandfather, based on what is being said, that is more than open to making some kind of peace with Harry and Meghan. Would he actually go out of his way to achieve peace? My family, I must disagree with that. Because if you wanted peace, then why did you evict Harry and Meghan from their only UK home? Why did you, Charles, put your coronation on the same day as Archie's birthday? Charles does not want peace. As a matter of fact, one of Charles' first address as king was that he said, much love to Harry and Meghan as they continue to build out their lives overseas. And my family at the time, I said, it's a message to Harry and Meghan, you are not welcome here. I said that. At that moment, my family, we were told of how Charles had called Harry, telling him, don't come with Meghan to Balmoral. So my family, with such kinds of insults, mistreatment towards Harry's biracial wife, how can anyone expect for this so-called rift to be healed? To be healed, my family. You can't expect that to happen. You just can't. You can't, my family. You can't. It's not going to happen. It isn't. In Harry's own words, Charles called him and told him, don't bring her. He couldn't even mention Meghan's name as he abused Meghan, to the point that Harry told him, don't ever speak about my wife that way. What did Meghan do to Charles? What? What did Meghan do to Charles that was so bad? What? To deserve being mistreated, abused by Charles, while Charles was speaking to Harry. What did Meghan do? What did Meghan do? What? All because of jealousy. Jealousy about Meghan's star power. Or because they have seen Meghan has, basically, thanks to her, Harry is in a much better space. He's happier. He's thriving. He has an amazing home. He does not have to beg Charles or William for money, like what tabloids and the firm expected him to do for all of his life. My family, that is what they wanted for Harry. Miserable, unhappy, and dependent on his abusers. But thanks to his mother's money, his late mother's money, he was able to take his wife and son away from a toxic environment. Meghan never did anything wrong to Charles, but Charles would abuse Meghan in a phone call to Harry. So my family, how can you fix that without an apology? If you won't say, I'm sorry, Meghan, then I don't see how you can heal the rift. It is not going to happen. It isn't. My family, Kaiser then says this. Would Charles actually go out of his way to achieve peace? No, he would not. My family. But Kaiser says that Charles is more open than William to achieve peace with Harry and Meghan. William, who is full of rage. My family. And Kaiser then says this, that, speaking of which, one royal commentator called Nick Bullen, I have never heard of this guy, has some thoughts about the entrenched feelings between Harry and the Windsors. Even Bullen says, in that particularly roundabout way, that William is the problem. Everyone says William is the problem because he is the problem. My family, first of all, here's what he said. Now, Nick Bullen told Fox Propaganda, owned by Rupert Murdoch, on Harry's trip to Asia, and I quote that, I'm sure everybody manage those diaries to make sure there was no crossover whatsoever. First of all, Prince Harry and Meghan don't establish their plans based on what William and Kate are doing. First of all, there you are wrong, Nick. You are wrong. Prince Harry and Meghan don't put their timetable based on what the royal family is doing. You're wrong in that. Very, very wrong. Nick then says this, that Harry has not even been going to old friends' weddings. So those moments where they might bump into each other are not happening, let alone the choreographed moments. So my family here is saying that there are moments whereby the royal family plans with the press to take some pictures or some photo ops, and that, Harry is not doing that at all. What? Is that a surprise? It isn't. Prince Harry does not engage with those who have bullied him or Meghan or his kids. He does not. And also, these so-called friends who Prince Harry has not gone to their weddings. My family, I recall this carnival of so-called expert Sarah Vine, who was saying that Harry does not speak to his old friends. My family, how do you know that? How do you know that Harry does not speak to his old friends? I'm assuming those so-called old friends spoke to Sarah Vine and told them, Sarah Vine, we don't speak to Harry anymore. And if that's the case, it means that those individuals were the ones leaking negative stories about Harry and Meghan to the tabloid press. And people like that are not Harry and Meghan's friends. They are not. They are not. People who leak stories about Harry and Meghan to tabloids that have bullied and abused Harry and Meghan are not Harry and Meghan's friends. So they must stop calling themselves, Harry's old friends. I even recall that sometimes you can see on TV that some people introduce themselves as former friends of Harry and Meghan. Imagine being so irrelevant that you go on TV and introduce yourself as a former friend of Harry or Meghan. My family, it shows how dependent they were towards, leaking stories about Harry and Meghan to the press to make money for themselves. And those kinds of individuals have never been Harry and Meghan's friends. Never. My family, never. And my family, based on what is being said, that Charles is eager to make peace with Harry and Meghan. And Nick Bullen says that I'm told that King Charles continues to reach out to Harry and Meghan and that the door is always open, said Bullen. Now there it is. Now there it is. Door open to what? Returning to the royal fold? My family, I feel like these individuals, they want, not feel like, I know, they want Harry back inside the gilded cage so badly. They want it back so badly that right now even they're calling for an intermediary to intervene between Harry and William. Because they know that William is the problem. Because they want someone to go over there and perform for them. They want Harry to perform for them. They want access to Harry. After all the pain they've caused him, they want access to him. They're never going to get that. Never. Harry is suing Daily Mail, the Sun Tabloid, the Mirror, and all of them are attacking him and especially Meghan. My family, there is no way Harry will ever speak to a tabloid that he blames for causing Meghan so much pain and stress that Meghan suffered a miscarriage. No way. And it's high time that these individuals snap out of that dream of wanting for Harry and Meghan to speak to them. It's high time they just snap out of it, because that's not going to happen. That is not going to happen. And Harry is not coming back. To live where? At Nottingham Cottage? my family, a few days ago, I saw this bogus story that Prince Harry has called William to tell him, listen, I want to come back, and that I like to rent a place at Kensington Palace. My family, that's how desperate they are to have Harry back. That they write articles hoping that somehow they become a reality, that's what happens. That Harry rents a place at Kensington Palace. Of all places, Kensington Palace. My family, what would the media have to gain if Harry rents a place at Kensington Palace? My family, I'll tell you exactly what they have to gain.
Harry and Meghan. When actually it's Harry and Meghan's war on the press and the media. And as they say at the start of episode 1, they say so many books and shows and stories have been written about us. We wanted to have our own say. And remember, the purpose of the PR office at the royal family is to keep the royals in the press all the time. So you have to remember, when I work in newsrooms, it's a fact that every anti-Harry and Meghan story comes from Kensington Palace. But why and if it comes from Kensington Palace, why are they briefing against their own grand... Well, okay, that's a very... The idea...
My family, you've heard that yourself. My family, they want Harry to rent a place at Kensington Palace because that's the place whereby they can be able to gain some dirt on Harry, whereby they'll get those negative stories about Harry. That is what they want. And no wonder they've been writing, saying that, Harry has called William, saying that, William, I want to come back. Life in the US hasn't been, going well as I expected it to. That's what they want. That's what they want. My family, that is what the press wants so badly to happen. For Harry to come back to his abusers. That's what they want. My family, that ain't never ever going to happen. That's never ever going to happen. Harry will never ever come back to abuse, nor will Harry and Meghan ever go back to live next to William and Kate Middleton. It's never ever going to happen. My family, and on that story that I saw, they were also saying that, it's Meghan who's not happy about it. My family, they know that Meghan would never ever accept ever going back to abuse, ever going back to living next to William and Kate Middleton. My family, they know that for a fact. They know Meghan is an intelligent person who's smart. They know that for a fact. And they also know, my family, that after all the abuse they have thrown at Meghan, no person in their right mind would ever return. And that's why they say it's Meghan who has, the problem with coming, back to the royal family. That's why they say that. Not just because they don't want Meghan, but also because they know that nobody in the right mind would ever return to abuse. They know that for a fact. And they know that Meghan would never ever do that. They know that very, very well. That Meghan is never ever coming back to abuse. That's never going to happen. But they're hoping that Harry, who has been a scapegoat for a long time, very, very long time, that he wants to come back. That's what they're hoping for. Because they've been used to abusing Harry. Treating him appallingly. They've been used to doing that to Harry. And they hope that Harry will just come back and perform for them. My family, that is never ever gonna happen. And it's high time that they begin showing Harry the respect that he deserves. Harry is someone who's intelligent, clever. He ain't never ever coming back to Britain to put up with the abuse and nonsense of UK media. And my family, if Harry and Meghan ever purchase a home in Britain, if they ever do that, let's say buy a place or even rent a place in Britain, it definitely will not be at Kensington Palace. It's never going to happen. Not next to William and Kate Middleton. Never gonna happen. Not Harry is not gonna live in a place whereby he was physically attacked, assaulted by William, not caught. It's not gonna happen. A place whereby you enter, you have to tilt your head. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. It won't happen. It's not gonna happen. My family, it's not gonna happen. You know, they want Harry to downgrade from his home in California, an amazing home that he lives with Meghan, you know, which UK media have been frothing at the mouth for a very long time, you know, saying 19 bathrooms, you know, in California, or is it 16 bathrooms in Montecito. They've been jealous about that home, and they want Harry to come back to Northcote. That's what they want Harry to come back to. That is never ever gonna happen. Harry is not coming back to live in Northcote, Nottingham Cottage. That's not gonna happen. That is not gonna happen. You know, that's not gonna happen. My family, allow me to continue with what is being said, basically, my family. They are saying that there is an open invitation to visit King Charles whenever they can. And he would love to see them. Look, he's the king. He is not going to be able to make it to California very often. They don't have official roles. My family. So my family, and then they're saying that they don't appear to have a 9-to-5 job. So I would say they have got the ability to make a visit to Scotland, should they wish. And I'm sure the king would have them there. The media want stories. They want drama. They want it so badly. And they want it to come from Harry and Meghan. They want to be fed by Harry and Meghan. They want Harry and Meghan to perform for them. It's never going to happen. Harry and Meghan won't perform for the UK media. It's not going to happen. On William and Harry's beef, here is what is being said. I think there is so much water under the bridge between Harry and William that how they intend to find that common ground is beyond most royal commentators. I think there needs to be a brokerage from another person, an intermediary in my family, and that there almost needs to be an intervention. It requires both parties to be willing to come to the table. But I think it's going to be very, very difficult to see how this is going to happen. In my family, these individuals have this nasty habit of happily writing negative articles about Harry and Meghan, happily writing negative articles about Harry and Meghan, that they have been briefed by William and Kate's Kensington Palace. And then at the same time, they're like, you know, okay, it's time to heal the rift. You are the one who caused it. You're part of the reason why there is a rift. And it's not on Harry or Meghan to fix what tabloids William and Kate Middleton and Charles Camilla have destroyed. My family, it is not on Harry and Meghan to fix what tabloids have destroyed. It is not on Harry and Meghan to mend or fix this relationship or heal this rift. It is not on Harry and Meghan. It is on those who went after Harry and Meghan in the first place. The tabloids, Prince William, Kate Middleton, Charles Camilla. Are they ready to apologize to Harry and Meghan? I think not. And if that's the case, then it's high time that this carnival, also called experts, stop dreaming that somehow, you know, Prince Harry and William can meet up, patch things up, and go out on engagements together. That's never going to happen. That ain't going to happen. My family, that ain't going to happen. Now, my family, also, here is what was said. The people have such entrenched views. During King Charles' coronation, this ring plan was carefully worked out so that they would not have to have an interaction. I think it will require big apologies from both sides. But whether they're going to come or not, I think is pretty unlikely, because Harry and Meghan are not coming to Balmoral. They're busy with their projects, and they are not coming back to put up with the abuse and nonsense of the UK tabloid press, bullying Harry's biracial family. Harry won't put up with that nonsense. My family. And Kaiser says this, that what continues to amuse me is that there's this sense in the UK and among this carnival of so-called experts that some kind of rapprochement needs to happen. That the brothers cannot simply hate each other forever. That some things are simply unforgivable, and there's no coming back. There is no coming back. There are things which are simply unforgivable, and there is no coming back. My family, you have seen what Meghan has done with those who abuse her. No talking with them. I could wish that Harry does the same. I could wish that Harry also would not speak to William or Charles ever again and focus on his life, his family, his wife and kids. But I understand that my family, Harry may still recall those nice moments. I understand that. I get that. My family, I get that. I understand that. In fact, when even Charles married Camilla, Harry, in his memoir spare, he said he was afraid of losing another parent. I can tell you one thing about that is because when I lost my father, when my father passed away 2 years ago, back in 2020, ever since then, I normally speak with my mother. We are more close than we ever were, really, to be quite frank with all of you. And because you don't want to lose another parent, you don't want to feel that kind of pain. And I understand that for Harry. I understand that 100% as someone who lost his mother. And my family, what I can say is that people who are toxic to you are people who you should never ever be around. People who cause you pain, who can't even respect your own family, because now Harry has a family. His family is Meghan, Archie Lilibet. Charles, William are his extended family, and they have their own lives. They have their own wives. William has his own kids. They have their families. Harry has his family, Meghan, Archie Lilibet. And to Harry, I understand that he may want to heal the rift between William, because he said that, listen, I want my brother back, I want my father back. My family, the best thing here is that if those who have caused you pain and harm are unwilling to apologize, even by Harry's words, he has said that he and Meghan are most likely never gonna get some real accountability for the pain caused to them. Harry has said that, my family. If that's the case, then the best thing you can ever do is to keep your space, keep your distance from those who have caused you pain. That's the best thing for your wife, for your kids, for your family, for Meghan, for Archie, for Lilibet. That's what I personally believe. Look, I'm nobody to tell Harry what to do. I'm just saying what I see. I'm speaking my mind, basically, my family. And my family, the whole family, William in particular, he wants to destroy Prince Harry. He wants to destroy Prince Harry. I won't even beat around the bush with that. He wants to destroy him. He wants him ruined completely. He wants Harry begging, just as tabloids want Harry begging. William wants Harry begging. That's how he wants to see Prince Harry. Someone like that, is so envious and so jealous that the one thing he wants is to destroy his brother. So there's no healing a rift with someone like that who wants to destroy you. The best you can ever do is keep your distance and thrive where you are. I mean, look right now. William wants to be popular in the US as well. That's how jealous he is. That's basically, even right now, he still wants to compete with Harry for who is the most popular royal ever. That's how jealous William is. And my family, to people like that, with people like that, the best thing to do is to keep and maintain your distance. That's what I believe. Now I want to hear your opinion on what you believe. My family, I want to hear your opinion. My family, Kaiser says this. This entire industry of the royal rota, the establishment, and the entire monarchy, the farm, simply are betting everything on Harry crawling back to them at some point and agreeing to their terms, bending to their will. As I've said, my family, William wants Harry to beg. What is so unprecedented to them is that A, Harry does not want to come back, and B, he doesn't need to come back. That's why they are still fussing over what can be done. Someone needs to stage an intervention. I agree with one thing, that William is the one who needs the intervention. Clearly, not Harry. And somebody's got to speak to him about his anger management issues. Because he can't control, his anger. He can't. So my family, now tell me a truth about what we have just discussed. I'd like to hear your opinion, my family. I want to hear your opinion, my family. The best thing to do is to maintain distance with these people. The best thing to do. And keep thriving where you are. Right now, the rota wants content. And Harry is the one who sells papers, not William. Harry is the one who gets them clicks, not William. And they're so desperate for Harry to come and perform for them so they can line their pockets by, once again, doing the bidding of William. Spreading negativity and hate about Harry and Meghan. My family, this time, it's not going to happen. They won't succeed in this evil hate campaign against Harry and Meghan. They will not succeed. Now, my family, kindly tell me your thoughts about what we have just discussed. I'd like to hear your opinion. But Harry, he's not coming to beg William for anything. It's high time that I say that, my family. Please kindly stay tuned on this video. God bless Harry, Meghan, Archie, Lepeta, and Doria Raglan. He never wins, love wins, and stay tuned to our next video. And may no weapon ever formed against Harry, Meghan, Archie, Lepeta, and Doria Raglan ever prosper. Stay tuned to our next video. Love you always and forever. Hello, members of Zesco Family TV. First of all, I want to say thank you for all your support that you give us to our channel. We don't take it for granted that you support this channel. I want to say thank you from the bottom of our hearts for lending out your support and fighting against injustices, supporting Prince Harry and Meghan, showing them love. Love will always triumph over evil, and for that I say thank you. Good will always prevail over bad. Thank you so much for all your support. Thank you so much for joining this community, this amazing community of Zesco Family TV. I love you so much, family, from the bottom of my heart, and I wish you all the best. May you have a great day, and I hope that you enjoyed this video and learned a lot of things. With that and so much more, stay tuned to our next video. Leave a comment below, like, and subscribe. Love you, family, always and forever. Sayonara.